Welcome to RVing Travel Adventures. My name is Jesus Manuel Mena Garza. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic wherever you're at. I'm having my morning cup of coffee. Again, this channel is devoted to RVing and the travel lifestyle, especially for old folks like me. And today I'm going to be talking about my camping experiences. Starting off in the 70s to current, the 20s that we're in right now. Okay. So 70s to 20s in my different modes of camping, with family, with friends, with just my wife, and by myself. Okay. So these are various ways I've gone camping, and the value of each I'm going to try to express as best as I can in this rather short video. First, camping, your style of camping is very dependent on your situation, your familial, friends, relationships, status, and stuff like that. And also, of course, how much money you want to spend on camping. Also, how much you love camping. Some people love camping quite a bit, and they have different views of what camping is. Some people want to be incredibly rustic, backpack into the wilderness, pull out their small tent, filter water from the local lake in the mountains, and that's fantastic for them. They like being rugged and going out in the middle of nowhere. They don't want to be even close to an RV park. While others want to be in their luxurious 45-foot Prevost or Newmar, and they want to go to some resort and play some tennis, play some pickleball, which is very popular now, and of course go golfing and swimming and hanging out in their air-conditioned, very large. They have a sofa over there, they have chairs over there, they have a full kitchen over there, they have a dishwasher, they have a large shower and another large shower. They have all those amenities, and they want that. So super rugged individualists to folks that like to go to resorts and they're rather luxurious and expensive, RVs. So we all have different budgets, different desires, different motivations. I'm going to talk about my experiences over the years. In the 70s, I used to go quite a bit of tent camping, especially with my children and my wife, okay? I remember going to Kirk Creek along the Big Sur coast back in the I think it was late 70s, and with my children, my two daughters, and I took them in my Volkswagen Bug, put a tent in the back, a rather large tent, took up a lot of space, and it was a canvas tent. It was like 8 feet by 10 feet and about 6'5" feet wide. So it's plenty of room for my children and I to go camping, okay? My wife did not want to go camping that time. So I would take them down there. We go hiking along the beach, and we go, eating our hot dogs and hamburgers. Rather basic camping experience. Back in those days, the late 70s, you can go to, camping along the Big Sur coast at the various campgrounds. You didn't need a reservation because there was not many people camping at that time. Now, with the exponential growth in California, and exponential wealth in California, it's hard to find a campground, especially since they open up the reservation window at like 11 months and they're already booked. People say that's the month I take the family, we go camping at that campground along the California coast. Good luck finding a campground in California in these prime areas, especially during the summer. But we had no issues at that time in the late 70s, early 80s, taking the children and having some fun. It was very inexpensive, just first come, first serve, blah, blah, blah. You didn't need a reservation, okay? So we went down there and had a great time. And then after that, after my children grew up, I started doing some van camping. In college, and when I had my children, I would do a lot of tent camping. But once my wife and I moved to San Francisco, we lived in San Francisco in the mid to the late 90s, we decided to buy a van. We bought a Ford Aerostar, a used Ford Aerostar, It was rather large, and it was all-wheel drive, very nice. And of course, there's not a lack for shops in San Francisco for selling futons. So we put a futon back there, not the mechanism, just the mattress futon back there. And we went camping, Lake Tahoe, New Mexico, Arizona, stuff like that, Nevada, etc., etc., etc. So we had a great time. My wife and I would go camping in the Sierras and also in other locations. The Sangre de Cristo Mountains near New Mexico. Fantastic time. Again, just a van, no insulation, special insulation. I already had the plastic insulation, and we just took out the chairs and left them at home. It had a lot of chairs. And then we just put a futon, and when we wanted to go to the restroom, we would use a porta potty. Simple stuff. And when we were hungry, we make a sandwich. We had bread and we had a cooler. That was pretty straightforward. When we wanted to wash, we'd go by the river, get a little soap and water and clean ourselves. And I would do some fishing in my tennis shoes and shorts, get some trout. Fantastic. Fantastic experiences. My wife and I have incredible memories of van camping in the 90s, especially in California. Then we moved to Texas, and we sold that van, and we decided to do some other kind of camping. While in California, previous to moving to Texas, my wife and I would backpack into the desolation wilderness. We'd carry a large backpack, Gregory backpack. I still have it in one of my closets. It's a gigantic backpack. We'd carry our pad, we'd carry our sleeping bag, carry our bear bell, making a lot of racket, and we carry some clothes, and we carry a water filtration system and all our food that we're going to eat, and of course my fishing rod, because I like to go fishing. So for example, we'd hike from Echo Lake and hike, and about 4 or 5 hours later we'd be at Aloha Lake, and we'd set up our campsite there and hang out with the mountain lions and the bears. Fantastic times. Fantastic times. Again, that was my experience at that age. That was about 20 years ago we would be doing that. 20 years ago. So, of course, I'm now 70. That was always in my 50s. I don't know if I could still do that. So you change as you go. You get older. You want some more creature comforts. So when we got to Texas in the aughts, my wife and I decided to get me a vehicle because she was the reason we moved. The reason we moved from California to here is my wife got a job here at the university. I was already pretty much retired. I said, well, let's just retire. But she said, I want to work at this one university. And for the last 20 years, she's been working at this university over there in Wichita Falls. She commutes, stays there all week. Sometimes she travels to New York, travels around for conferences and gatherings. So she had this vehicle all the time, and I rarely had it. I rarely had access to this modest, little Mazda that we had at the time. Of course, we drove it into the ground. 250,000 miles later, we said, hey, we got to sell it. And my wife got a Subaru, very nice Subaru. And I noted to my wife, don't you think I should have a vehicle too? Because you're always using this vehicle. I never get to go anywhere. I'm stuck at home, I'm not good at watching soap operas and just drinking beer and just hanging out. I need a vehicle so I can do some stuff. Maybe do some camping. So with those parameters in mind, I bought myself a 2016 Chevy Colorado, brand new on the lot. They had it listed for $32,000. I got it for $27,000, I think, $28,000. Of course, I had 0% interest, and we bought it and paid it off within 4 years. Just pretty straightforward. So we bought a car for my wife, and then we bought a car eventually for me, and that truck has served me very well, and I still have it today. One of the parameters I decided for this truck is I had visions of grandeur. I said, hey, I wanted to be able to tow 7,000 pounds, so we got the V6, towed 7,000 pounds. That's pretty good. And then it had to have a 6'2" bed. So I can, and I said, I'm going to put a little cab over it. And I eventually bought a cab within 6 months. I carpeted the interior, put a cab over it, and I went truck bed camping with my wife and I. We went to Red River in New Mexico. We went all over the place. We went camping here and there, beaches in Pins, Padre Island National Seashore here in Texas. We would go camping near the beach in our truck. We'd sleep in the back. For example, at Pins, we just opened the tailgate, plump, because there's no bears down there really. And we would just sleep near the beach, hear the beach sounds, and we have a great time. And then, pull out some chow out of the cooler, and it was fantastic. We had a great time. It's all about your attitude, what your interests are, and your limitations. You understand your limitations. You're not going to get that pre-roll and park it there, and you're not going to have cocktails at 8 p.m. Having a gourmet dinner. I know that. I know that for a fact. We just made a salad, and I maybe had a hot dog or a hamburger and called it good. Maybe a burrito if I was lucky, okay? So that was our lifestyle in that truck. So eventually, my wife and I decided, let's save some money. And we saved for about 5 years, about $5,000 a year. And we saved up $25,000 to buy an RV. This was in December of 2021. So I contacted various dealerships. Of course, the dealerships I would do videos for, they say, hey, we're not going to give you a discount. None of these dealerships I did videos for all the time back in, the 20s. They said, no, Jesus, I'm sorry. We're not going to give you a discount on anything. In fact, we're going to, this is how it's going to go. In fact, I'd prefer if you don't pay cash, because we would prefer that you actually take out a loan because we make more money on loans. Buying for cash, we don't make any, it makes less money for us. Makes less money, and we want to make money. So eventually I contacted various dealerships, and I found one out of state. Let me get a sip of coffee first. Out of state that would sell me what they were selling for $33,000, $35,000 with all the options I wanted for $25,000. So I told them, okay, I'll take it. And so they sold me an Rockwood 2022 edition Rockwood Mini Lite 2205S with about 4 or 5 different options. Very nice, simple, travel trailer. And I picked it up and brought it home, and that's what I bought. It was $25,000 plus $700 for the equalizer hitch, 10,000 pound variety, and just so I could connect it to my truck. So $700 for that installed, and $25,000 for the RV. Pretty straightforward. Again, I got a good deal and paid cash. I knew I didn't want to make those payments at 15% interest like they charge at the RV dealership. Yes, they make money on those loans. Yes, they want you to buy an extended warranty. Yes, they want you to do all this crazy stuff. And I always say, I told my wife, I've been to these dealerships. I've sat there and I've listened to them talk to these people, and the salesman saying, why aren't you buying the extended warranty? And the manager would come in, you have to buy the extended warranty. I would buy the extended warranty. Everybody here would buy the extended warranty. You should buy the extended warranty. It's a great deal. And you can't, it's something you can't live without. It's like water. It's like food. It's like shelter. You got to get that extended warranty. Just get it. So you got all this pressure. So I already knew all the bullshit that these dealerships would be giving me. So currently, let's say that $25,000 is $35,000. What would I buy today? And what are the limitations that I've learned about my Rockwood Mini Lite 2205S? Okay, let's talk about the limitations first. The limitations of this Rockwood is that it's not designed for off-grid, not designed for any sort of, gravelly or washboard road. I go over some railroad tracks going 35 miles an hour, a little bit of a bump, and my drawers fly out and they break. I've had to repair my drawers, and my refrigerator opens wide, that little latch that they put on it opens up, and all my food's on the ground. So it isn't of the quality that I expected. And of course, they advertised that it almost had a 59-gallon fresh water tank. They didn't tell you that they don't recommend carrying fresh water while you're going down the road because it's too too heavy and it's bouncing around, the metal supports will break and that tank will hit the ground. And that's not good. Apparently, your freshwater tank falling onto the road is not a good idea. So my experiences with that Rockwood Mini Lite haven't been positive. It hasn't taken me places that I want to go. As long as I'm going down the highway, don't carry any water in the tanks, just a little bit, and don't hit any major bumps. It's not an issue. I can go to many of the parks and down the road here. So again, when I went truck bed camping, I got used to that 23, 22 miles per gallon. Now I had to get used to 9 miles per gallon going down the road, towing that travel trailer. So that's the price you pay. You pay over twice as much for gas. So that trip that would cost $300 in gas now costs $650 in gas. Expensive. So that's where I'm at in my experience with my travel trailer. Again, I bought it in December in 21, and the quality of the cabinetry is absolutely horrific. I mean, there are cabinets that were suspended in midair in the back. As you open the cabinets, you look inside, that piece of wood is nothing supporting it other than one screw over here, one screw over there. And my drawers will go like this. And of course, I've had to replace my, the slides for the cabinet, the glides, whatever you want to call them. It's a lot of work. And of course, the refrigerator, I've had to add clamps so it stays shut because in the middle of the night, I'm camping. Recently, over time, over the last 2 years, I go, what's that? Why is the refrigerator always on? So I finally figured out that the magnets that close the refrigerator aren't working. They're now a little bit open. So all that cold air is leaking and all the hot air is leaking inside. So it's always cycling that. That compressor is always going, the motor is always going all night while you're trying to sleep. So eventually you just turn off the refrigerator and say, hey, I'm going to try to sleep now. I can't hear all that racket all night. It's almost as bad as the air conditioner. That thing is hella noisy. So I've learned what I don't like with my first travel trailer. What would I get in a new travel trailer? I would get something simpler, instead of 4 wheels, 2 wheels, something smaller, easier to tow, maybe get a little bit better gas mileage. It's probably going to be the same crappy construction, but I'd get something like that. A bed, a fridge, maybe a shower, bathroom combination, and et cetera, et cetera. Stovetop, that'd be fantastic. A bed and maybe a couch. I don't need all the fancy accoutrements that I have now in my Rockwood Mini Lite 2205S. And, that's what I would buy. Something simpler, less expensive, easier to manage, easier to tow. Something, piece of cake, okay? If I didn't get that, I would construct my own RV. I can, just like my old days back in San Francisco with my van that I tossed out the seats and I put a futon in, I would do the same with a box truck or a van. I'd buy a used van, a used box truck, something like that, and throw in a, IKEA frame and put a little bed in there. Maybe it turns into a futon, maybe sofa combo, bed, sofa, bed, sofa. And get one of those portable power generators and, throw out some solar panels. That should cost like about $2,000 for that. And I'd have all the electricity I would need. And for air conditioning, maybe, get a split. Just put a split in there, the smallest 12-volt split I can think of, and just stick it in there. And that should be no problem for me to install by myself. Because I'm relatively a tiny bit technically savvy, okay? So a van or a box truck, do some, upgrades of that. Maybe even add some insulation eventually. Hey, maybe not go in Arizona in middle of August and southern Arizona. Just pull that box truck out and just go to wherever you're going to go during this fall, spring, and summer, and just put the water inside in some jugs. Just go, hey, just my water for my, take a quick, shower with a towel, or bath with a shower with my towel. Should be fun. Again, keep it simple. And of course, having a motorhome as compared to a travel trailer, you're not towing something behind you. You're just driving. I can drive that thing. I have a parking spot for right here in my property. I can just park that motorhome right here. Hey, piece of cake. You know, my car goes there, my truck goes there, and my motorhome goes there. That would be absolutely fantastic. At least that's how I visualize it. It might be a horror story, but that's how I visualize it. So let me see. If I was single, I'm writing down here in my last part, if I was single, dare to dream, huh? Some of you guys, some of you gals out there saying, hey, if I was single, and some of you are actually single, if I was single, if I didn't have a partner telling me what they want all the time and you having to comply, you know, sometimes you have to just get along. And my wife has all these dreams of a nice house when we move here from Texas in 27, 28. When we move back to the West Coast, and it might even be 26, 27, 28, somewhere around there. We're going to move back to the West Coast. We're going to buy a nice house. So, of course, spending 100, 125, you know, 1,000 on a nice new motorhome. She said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep the old motorhome, travel trailer, and tow it around with your old truck, and that's going to be good. You're going to have to be happy with that. So, but if I was single, again, if I was single, hey, if I was single, if you were single, I would probably, after selling my house, selling most of my stuff, and putting just everything, just selling everything. I got rid of everything except my camera equipment and my photographic files, and I'd probably donate them to one of these universities that asked for my files. I'd give it to them, and I would just go camping, taking pictures, going fishing, eating some hot dogs. Again, hot dogs and hamburgers, my favorite food. And once in a while going into a restaurant, having a couple tacos. Pretty simple. And I'd ask one of my daughters, hey, this is my bank account numbers. Try not to spend it on some new cars or, you know, whatever you're going to do, or a vacation to Paris for like a month. Don't spend my money. I've saved up this money. So this money, just make sure all my checks go in here and that, and I'll be using my credit card here and there. And once in a while taking out some cash so I can do some odds and ends. So that's my dream. I would just buy a B+. How much are B pluses right now? Well, you can buy a nice Coachman 20 series or 21 series, you know, Coachman for around, let me see how much they go for. Brand new, they go listed for about $170,000. Typically on the lot at Motorhome Specialists, I see them for $120,000, $135,000. And after a couple of years on the lot, which they rarely last, but once in a while you contact one of these smaller dealerships, they still have one on the lot because they don't have all the sales force like Motorhome Specialists. You can buy one for under $100,000. So I would get one of those because I can go off grid a little bit, not off road. So I have these fantasies. I have these fantasies of driving from wherever I'm at, going down to Baja, past where my brother used to live in, in the Baja, going to maybe Ensenada, Rosarito Beach, and then maybe going to Loreto and hanging out in Loreto for a little bit, going to La Paz, and then, Cabo, and then come back eventually after having a couple tacos. That's a good place to get tacos. Mexico has great tacos. My advice to you, just saying, just noting the obvious. So then I'd come back, maybe go camping in California, going camping in Oregon, go camping in Washington State, and maybe even visit some friends over there on the East Coast. Just go down there and hang out. That's my dream. So that's what I would do. Off-grid, not off-road. I know the limitations of these all-wheel drive Ford, EcoBoost, based Transit B pluses. They're very nice. I like them. I have quite a few reviews. Of course, you can go into the links here and go to the different my site for my YouTube channel and see all these videos that I've shot of the Coachmans and also the Thor B pluses. Very nice. Very nice. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it useful in determining what you want to do as a camper. Again, another option I'm considering is just keep my truck, not buying another, motorhome or travel truck. Just buying one of those gigantic hub tents, 8 by 8 foot hub tents, and just buying a portable power generator, solar powered, and just get some panels and stuff and stay inside the tent. Go here, there, just stay inside the tent. Of course, it's not good in super cold weather, and it's not very good in very hot weather. So you have to go, let me look at the app here. It says where I'm going, it's going to be 110 degrees. Fantastic. It's also windy. Wow. Also, the sand is blowing like a sandblasting. Wow. And I've been to places where it's going to start to sandblast. I had to go around it because the sand was blowing. And I said, no, I'm not going there. So you pick these places that are more conducive, more amenable to camping, and have more moderate, more compliant weather. So I would buy a hub tent. Those are easy to put up. I could put one of those up together in about 5 minutes. And then portable power generator, solar panel, little tiny DC fridge, one of those that roll, and sleeping bag, pad, and that's about it. That's all I need. Food and some containers of water. Hey, that's not a problem. And of course, I'm going down the road at 22, 23 miles per gallon, saving money, not spending a bunch of money on an RV. So these hub tents go for anything from $500 and $1,000, a good hub tent. Again, these aren't insulated, and if a bear wants to chew on you, all you have to do is scratch there and go, hey, how you doing there? Very nice. You got to be careful with these tents. And if I knew some bears around, I wouldn't put out tents. I'd just sleep in the back of my truck and do some truck bed camping, put all my stuff from the truck inside that tent. Let that tent be my storage area and just sleep in the truck. Call that good. Very nice, very nice. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly appreciate it. Let me have another sip of my coffee. Very nice coffee. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave your kind and friendly comments below, abajo. Muchas gracias a todos a ustedes. Again, leave your kind and friendly comments below. And check out my photographic website. See all my photographs from my RVing and travel adventures. From my recent Mexico trip to some of my camping photographs, some of my nature photographs, flowers, to RVs, to trails, to lakes, to, museums and stuff like that. A lot of fun. Check out my photographs. Again, rvta.myportfolio.com. Thank you very much. And of course, you can be a member. Just on the periphery of this video here, there's a little button that says join, become a member. Just press that button and send me, your modest, it's only $1, I think, a month, and you can help me out, so I can realize my camping dreams. And of course, we do offer Patreon memberships at patreon.com/JMMGarza. Go to that website. Links are in the description, and you can participate. And of course, finally, I do have a Facebook page I'm starting to promote again. Thanks for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you find it useful. Again, the main reason I produce this video is to inform individuals of different concepts, ideas. Being a over 72-plus-year-old dude, I have had some experiences. Many of you just starting to do some camping. There is some differences. You can go tent camping. You can go truck bed camping very inexpensively. Save on gas. Save over 2 times on gas. It gets expensive, especially in Texas. Just to go from here to there, I'm going, it's far. It's not like you're in Rhode Island. Going from here to there, it's a lot of travel. From here, if I wanted to go to the beach, it's 6 hours away. 6 hours away. Very nice. Thanks for watching my video. Again, this has been Jesus Manuel Garza. Gracias. Adios. Ring the bell for future notifications. Gracias. Bye-bye.